This is the IMDb show presented by our friends at Microsoft Surface. Kathryn Newton, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I love the applause.
Yeah, it's
so
there
nice.
just for you. How are you?
I'm really good. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. Listen, Big Little Lies. So many people told me for so long, Tim, watch this show. And I kind of put it off, found out you were coming, crashed through it this week. What a show. I binged it.
That's a heavy show to binge, man.
It's a bit, think about my life. I get to watch you on TV and then here you are.
And now here I
Hollywood.
am. Do I seem a little different in real life?
Not at all. I mean,
you know, people always tell me I'm like Abigail, and I'm like, is this an offense? Like, do you not think I'm very nice? Like, Abigail's kind of sassy.
How are you similar to Abigail? And then how are you most different?
Well, we're both similar. I love myself a good leather jacket, and as does she.
I saw that.
But other than that, no, not much. Nothing.
Completely different.
But people think I am, so it's cool.
Yeah, you guys look alike, that's for sure. Listen, season 1 ended in a big way. Right? What do we have in store for us? This is just me asking for myself. What's going to happen in season 2?
It did end in a really big way, didn't it? Well, I can't tell you much about season 2, but I just saw some of it, and it's so beautiful. You know, this year we have Andrea Arnold as our director, so it's like a different voice coming through telling this side of the story. I mean, everything was different this year. I mean, even on set, it was just a little bit more delicate, you know? All our scenes.
In what way delicate?
Just a different director, different tone. So, it's still similar, but it's different. I don't know. So it's even more drama. The stakes are even higher, especially because of like where it left off.
What happened?
So everything's just really intense. Like that's why I say like set was delicate, because everything that happens is very intense.
With your character Abigail, what are we going to start seeing in her character that we weren't privy to before? Well,
you know, teenagers get worse with age, so you can expect Abigail to just you can love her even more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's going to go further down that twisted path that she's created for herself?
Yeah, definitely. But I love Abigail, and her relationship with Madeline Reese is so complicated, just like everybody's relationship with their mother is. So I feel like the audience can really relate to them.
I love that relationship.
They really find each other.
For sure. So your mother on the show is played by the great Reese Witherspoon.
The great, yes.
The great Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, you know, if you look at her career, Cruel Intentions was around the same time as you are now, right?
Movie.
So she was like 20-something, around where you are right now. So there must be a lot of kindred souls when you guys talk. So how did you guys come about building that relationship, that mother-daughter relationship?
Oh, I don't know. Reese, from the moment I met her, I mean, she really took me under her wing and like brought me up and made me feel like really empowered. Like she believed in me so I could believe in myself. And I just love her so much. So I don't know. We don't talk about that. I mean, like, we really don't. Like,
what do we talk about?
What
don't you talk about?
We don't talk about like career stuff. Like,
Nothing.
really, not really. I'll talk to her a little about like when I got the Society, I was working on Big Little Lies and I was telling her about it and I wanted her advice on it. I was like, I'm gonna go start the show. Like, what do you think? And I had like a scene with a boy, and I was like, what do I do? So we talked about like, I'd never had a scene with like a boy before, and I just asked her like, what's the lowdown? You know, like, what's the 1-2?
What did she say?
Like, what are the rules? And she's like, I don't know. She's like, it's different every time, and it is different every time. But one thing that she taught me was to have everybody over and like have family dinners, you know, which I really loved doing. And I got like a farmhouse because I wanted to have people over and like host. And we had our first like Friendsgiving. And I think having that kind of camaraderie and like when you build a real friendship, you get a better product, you get a better project, you know?
For sure.
You know, so I really wanted to be friends with everybody on set because I feel like you just get a better show that way.
Yeah,
you know?
agreed, for sure. You know, it doesn't just stop at Reese Witherspoon. I mean, let's go through it, right? Nicole Kidman, Shailene.
The legends on this show.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Like, what is it like on set to have so many powerful women? How does it make the set better?
Oh, it's just the most professional set I've ever been on. I mean, I like when we show up to work, and you know we shoot it at, like in Malibu, so a lot of the time the trailers are just all lined up. The PCH. I love rolling up to that set. It's like big trailer, big trailer, big trailer, big trailer. I'm like, we're taking over Malibu right now.
Right.
But it's also
the whole beach is just yours.
But just as like working as an actor with them is a dream come true. I mean, like to get to work with Reese is like a dream. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just hit my mic. Because she's amazing, and just to be in that environment, like we get to set, we know what we're doing, and you just go for it. There's like There's no doubting it. It's just fun and freedom.
Who are you closest to on the set?
I think Reese.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you go and watch them all work, even in scenes where you're not in, just to kind of see?
No. I don't have I wish I had the time to do that. I wish, but also like I didn't want to do that.
You're always busy golfing.
I'm very busy golfing.
I found this out about you. You're a big golfer.
I am a big golfer. Yeah.
Like, are you good?
Yeah.
Like, what's the short game like?
I was like really, really serious about it when I was I'm very serious. Like I was really into going to college. I was really into playing my high school golf and like wanted to be the best. Like I went to the high school, I've been working as an actor my whole life and I was like, how do I get to be number one? Like I just wanted to be the winner. Jesus, calm down.
You were one of those.
I was one of those. And I loved golf because it was so different than acting and I still do it and I play in charity events and I hope to have my own one day and I am pretty good. I was
your
a
own
plus
set of golf clubs or your own charity event?
I want to have my own charity event.
Right.
Yeah, I want to have my own. And my own golf line one day, make golf cute.
I'm with it.
I'm just trying to make golf cool.
Do you have, golf is cool by the way, do you have, they're nodding their heads back there, do you have a favorite golf movie of all time?
Oh, Caddyshack.
Yes, great choice.
I love Caddyshack.
Would you rather win an Oscar or an LP?
Or like a trophy for like a golf tournament?
I heard women can't
gosh.
do the Masters, which I think is
well, it's just different. But yes, that would be like that's
Which
so
one would you
different.
take, Oscar or that?
Well, golf is like all on you. It's all on you.
Right.
So if I win the Masters, okay, I won the Masters. Like no one can take that away from me. Like Oscar, like sometimes people win it and then they take it away and then they're like, actually change your mind. Like I don't know, it's very subjective, but I don't know. I would like to win a golf tournament. That's on my goals list this year is to get back on like tour.
You've got lofty goals and I respect it.
Yeah.
That whole powerhouse cast is about to get a little bit bigger.
Oh, it is. Well, that's what's so funny was that, so I got Big Little Lies the same day as Pokémon Detective Pikachu, which is a movie, and their schedules were at the same time. And so I was about to lose Pokémon, and I was in a panic.
Right.
I was like freaking out, and I called Reese, and I started like crying because I was like, I just booked Pokémon, but I also have Big Little Lies. I'm like, how can I have to do Pokémon. And she was like, you're right, you have to do Pokémon.
Yeah.
But you also need to do Big Little Lies because we've got Meryl.
And that's how she told you?
She told me that she got Meryl, and we were like screaming. And then she called like Mary Perrin at Universal, and they moved like the schedule so that I could meet Meryl.
Yeah, listen, Reese has got power.
Because I had to meet Meryl, okay?
Sure. And what was that like?
To meet Meryl?
Yeah.
Well, I was really nervous. I was really nervous to meet Meryl. Because
So
I was
professional
a
of
huge
you.
fan.
Were you like,
Well,
so wait, did you manage to keep it together?
I managed, not without help from Reese. We had our first, well, not our first table read. It was a table read in Monterey, and I saw Meryl, and I was with Reese, and I was like, oh my God, she's here. She was like, okay, we're gonna walk over and say hi. She told me to go say hi.
Okay.
She was like, just go say hi. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then she was like, no, I'll take you over. And then she introduced me, and she gave me a hug, and she was like, loved you last season. I was like, dying. Yeah.
And you know, that's one of the greats. How excited is the whole cast to have her on board, and what are we going to be seeing? We saw that trailer, little snippet.
Well, I don't know what I mean, you just have to wait and see.
Right.
She's amazing in it, and yeah, I can't
That's
tell you
one,
anything.
by the way, that's someone who you turn up for to watch and just see.
I did one day.
Did you?
I did one day. It was a scene with all of them, like everyone was in it, and I was early.
What did you learn?
That you can make your own teeth for a character. I didn't know that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just something like you inherently, I guess, know that you can get teeth for a character if you want. And she did that for this one to match Skarsgård's teeth.
Yeah. Right.
His teeth.
Like chiclets, yeah.
Chiclets. I didn't know that, and that was what they started telling me, and I was pretty blown away by that. And I was just watching. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm blown away. I was waiting for some deep actor lesson from Meryl Streep, and you just said teeth. You just went teeth. Get your own teeth.
Well, you can do anything. Basically, I learned you can do anything as an actor. It's your character. That's our job.
I love
create
that.
it. Yeah,
Great.
I love it.
Especially when you're Meryl Streep. There are a lot of fans on the internet for your other show, The Society. We reached out to them. We picked one question that came back. It was from @TVFangirl1. She wants to know, I love The Society, but I need to know, what's the deal with the smell that started the whole thing? If you had to describe it, what would it smell like?
@TVFangirl1, I would describe the smell in The Society as just a horrible, horrible stench that you just can't stand. What would it be? I don't know, like burning garbage or something disgusting like that. Like really, it has to be that bad though that you have to evacuate. You know, it's not a smell that you can withstand. It's a smell that like makes you nauseous and like you can't
so
be
you can't
around
stick it.
it.
It's toxic. You just can't breathe it in for a long period of time.
Right.
This show's super interesting. Tell me real quick the premise of the society for anyone that hasn't seen it yet.
So if you haven't seen The Society, it's a modern day kind of Lord of the Flies story about teenagers who are in a parallel universe that looks like their own, but nothing is the same. There's no one around, there's no rules, and my character becomes the reluctant leader of this new society, and she has to set the rules for this new place, and she kind of becomes like a king. But with being a king comes king-size problems, and she's got to do a lot of bad things to be a good leader. It's very heavy.
What do you love? What do you love about that role?
Oh, I love how much she changes. My character transforms from a regular girl who's living in a sister's shadow. She just doesn't think her life matters that much. She doesn't have to do anything great because she has an older sister who's like the perfect girl. And then in this new society, she loses everything she's ever known is now a lie. And now her sister dies. And so she's got nothing going for her, and now she's got to lead this new society. So she really grows up. And I was really into that. Also, like the Queen situation, our writer, Chris Kaiser, told me that he did a lot of research, like Elizabeth I and like Kathryn the Great, and just there's a lot of references to being queen. Like we go back historically in time.
I love that. Talk to, both sets. On one set, you're like one of the younger actors on set, right? On Big Little Lies. Right. And then on the flip side, you're like in a giant cast of 20-somethings.
Yes, I am. And they're so much fun. It's very different. It was a different experience. It was so different than Big Little Lies.
So what's it like transitioning? Because for you, I guess every new project is a brand new discovery about this industry, this game, the life of acting.
Right.
So when you walked onto the society, what was it you saw? Like, how does the dynamic shift?
Well, I have different conversations. I got to have a different conversation. Like our creators, Chris Kaiser and Mark Webb, and the writers, like I was really involved in just the conversation. They talked to me about Allie differently. Creating the character was different, like starting with her wardrobe and her hair and makeup. It was like a big collaboration. And that didn't just start, like it wasn't just me. I feel like that grew to everybody on the cast. And the only thing that I wanted to like try and do, like that I feel like has been done to me before, is like people were really like, they gave me all their love and really believed in me, like, and were very generous. And I just really wanted to do that for my castmates too. So I feel like we had that kind of dynamic, and I'm happy to say we're all still friends.
Yes.
Like we hang out, and I'm like,
key.
Wow, I have like new friends. I feel so popular now.
Your circle is growing.
Yes.
Listen, you've worked with some huge co-stars throughout your career. We take this as an opportunity to get some great insidery info on it.
Yes.
This is what we do. You know the show.
What?
It's time to play the co-star cube.
Oh my gosh,
So
what?
I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you're going to pick a face that answers the question the best, right? Here's who we got on your co-star cube. Reese Witherspoon and Shailene Woodley, both of your co-stars from Big Little Lies.
Yes.
Leslie Mann.
Yes.
Right, who you went and did Blockers with.
Yes.
Very funny movie. And Ben is back,
Julia Roberts. I think you missed an opportunity not putting Frances McDermott on there, because she gives some good advice.
Well, there you go. No, go on. You know what? We are going to put a little Frances right here. And if she answers the question, I was going to put that there, but like, I don't know what to make of Frances. I feel like if there's anyone I was ever going to...
She's a legend. Yeah.
What's she like?
Oh, she's a legend. She's like the coolest person I've ever met. Like really, really, just I want to know like what I'm supposed to say to her before I start talking kind of late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was in Billboards.
3
right?
Billboards, yeah.
The best title ever.
3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
I'm going to give you this.
Okay.
And are you ready?
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hi, guys. All right. Here we go. Who would you most trust to set you up on a blind date?
On a blind date? Oh, jeez. That's really hard, but I feel like Julia.
Why?
Because she's like the one, every time I see her, she's like, so are you dating anyone? I'm like, no, I'm not, but I feel like she's the one who would help me.
She's that aunt.
She's that auntie who's going to like find me a cute boy, a nice boy.
Right, who's always like,
she's like,
so who you dating?
He's a nice one. Yeah. And then if I was dating someone, she'd be like, can I meet him and like have a dinner? Like we're going to talk.
Okay, that's Julia. Next one. Who do you call for audition advice?
Oh, geez. That's like, I think Reese. I think Reese I would call and ask her. I think I'm going to do that like this week. I have some questions to ask her.
What sort of questions, like, because you're accomplished. I mean, your IMDb page.
But the reason why I was like almost Shay is because she's given me the best advice about new projects. She gave me advice, like straight up. She was like, you're gonna get offers maybe, or like audition for things maybe, but you'll know in your heart which project's right for you. Like only you will. Like people might be like, you should do this movie. But she's like, you know inside. I'm like, you're right. Wow. I do know. And that's really good advice, but it's hard to like follow. Just listen to your heart. Come on.
Listen to Shay.
Way easier said than done.
Who has the quirkiest on-set habit?
Quirkiest on-set habit? I don't know. What's a quirky habit? Like, what do you mean?
Like anything that surprised you when you met them on set that it's completely unexpected? Don't have one?
I'm trying to think because they all do funny things. Let me just give me a minute to try
So
and
here's
think.
the thing. You have it. You're just trying to see which one you can say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find which one is appropriate. Oh, okay. Julia, my favorite thing, well, it's like she would sing Christmas carols. Like in between. Like,
even in like February?
Well, we were filming around Christmas.
Okay.
Like it was right before Christmas.
Yes.
So it was appropriate.
Yeah,
but I always thought that was really funny because we would be doing like such serious scenes and then like we'd be singing Jingle Bells. And it's like, okay, here we go.
Wait, she just breaks out into musical songs?
Yeah, and in the car, always in the car on the way to set. It was definitely Deck the Halls the whole way there.
How's her voice?
It's amazing.
Okay, I can only imagine it being amazing.
Yeah.
All right, who keeps their dressing room or trailer the messiest?
The messiest?
Tell the truth.
None of them are messy, I swear. They're all very adult.
Or like pristine?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, we'll throw tribute to the Pokémon movie.
Okay. I just hit someone's in the face.
Who would make the best Pokémon character?
Oh man, Leslie Mann would be a really great Pokemon.
Absolutely.
She would be a really good Pokemon.
How much fun did you have doing Blockers?
I had so much fun doing Blockers. I love that movie so much. And Leslie Mann she's amazing. She was so nice to me.
That was the first time you'd met her, like moving into that movie?
That was the first time, and I was such a fan of her other films, and I really wanted to be in that movie really bad. Kay Cannon was our director, also female. So it was a really great set to be on. Yeah. Yeah,
that was a funny, funny movie. That, Kathryn, wraps up the Co-Star Q.
Okay.
Nicely done.
I love that.
At this point on the show, we love to find out what you're watching at home.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So, what are you into? What are you watching?
Well, what am I watching right now?
Do you even have time?
I really don't. But I do watch. When I'm working, that's when I like catch up on everything. So I watch The Crown on Netflix. Have you seen The Crown?
Of course.
I'm obsessed with The Crown. It's like my favorite show.
What do you love about? Can't you wait? The new one's coming soon.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I love
the set. I think I love the sets and the attention and the wardrobe. I'm all into period pieces. I love period pieces.
The wardrobe and also the houses.
The houses, everything's so beautiful.
Performance-wise.
Oh, the acting is unbelievable. Vanessa Kirby is like she's amazing. She blew me away. I was crying. She made me cry. Whenever someone can make you cry.
It's so interesting because you watch that and Claire Foy is such a steam sealer, especially her character being the queen, who is like the most mysterious person in the world.
Yes.
So the fact that she brings that to life. But then the sister plays such an important role throughout the entire film.
I know.
Princess Margaret is special. Great performance right there. What else are you into?
I just watched The Souvenir last night.
The Souvenir. It's
with Tilda Swinton, and it was so good. You have to see it.
What's it about?
I can't really explain it to you. You're gonna have, it's like a very strange film. But I just watched it. So good. Tilda Swinton's
she is amazing.
Yeah.
I could see her on the Big Little Lies cast one day.
Could you imagine if she like showed up and was like Reese's grandma?
Could you imagine if
Reese's
this show
mom.
never stops and just every year?
I really hope that it comes back for season 3. Like, why not? Come on, guys.
Because I remember you guys won the Emmy for limited series, and like at that point,
I'll never forget that night because there was rumors going around. I saw Zoe the night before, and she's like, "It's happening," and I was like, "No, it's not." And then I saw Reese holding the Emmy, like it was after, and she handed it to me.
And you actually grabbed it.
And I was holding it, and she's like, "Are you ready? Like, I hope your schedule's clear." I was like, "No." She's like, "Oh yeah, we're doing season 2." We were screaming.
Because I was reading from behind the scenes, there's so much that goes on in terms of Nicole and Reese's involvement with the show from the early years. So it must be a real passion project for them. So even more rewarding that it's hitting home so well.
It's really amazing to be a part of a show that's started such conversation. Like, I don't think they were thinking about it when they did it. I think they were just trying to tell this amazing story.
And it worked.
And that's the audience's reaction.
The Souvenir, Tilda Swinton. So that's a great. Okay, what's
The Office and The Crown, and now what else?
Wait,
is
you didn't
out?
even tell me The Office.
Oh, The Office. Oh yeah, hands down. It's my second time through. Have you seen it?
So English or American? Because I've seen both.
The American. I haven't seen the English one yet. I just go back and rewatch it. It's the best show ever.
Favorite character from The Office? On 3.
Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight. All day.
Yeah.
Ray Wilson is just brilliant.
But I don't know. Maybe Jim. I love Jim.
Oh, Dwight.
But Jim's so sweet.
Beat ass. Do you have a favorite? Sorry.
You love it too.
I do, yeah. Do you have a favorite Office moment? I wouldn't say episode, just moment.
I love that. I love Pam and Jim when they get engaged in the rain at the supermarket
in
the gas station.
Yeah.
And it's like raining. I love that.
She's like, this isn't halfway.
My friend looked it up and was like, "Did you know that doesn't exist? It's a set," because he wanted to go. He was like, "It's fake." He wanted to drive. Like,
who is this conspiracy theorist?
It's so funny. I love that show. I watched it every night after The Society because it was so dark. Allie is such a dark character that I had to like snap out of it.
What's crazy is I'm a dark character in life, so I watch The Office before I go to sleep because it puts me in a good mood. It's actually therapy.
It really
that
is.
moment where he like goes back and Pam's like, "Wait, no one's congratulated me," and then he tells The Office, and then Steve Carell just bum rushes him and takes him to the floor. That's a fun
your
moment.
favorite?
That's my favorite. Well, that's my favorite from that episode.
From that.
Give me one more. What,
Another
a TV
one?
or a film? Yeah.
Okay.
Like another one.
The Bachelor. Did you watch The Bachelor last season?
No.
Oh my gosh, it was the first time I ever watched The Bachelor, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind, and I haven't gotten to watch this new season because I don't have a TV right now. I have an iPad, and I don't know how to watch The Bachelor, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
You don't worry. Don't worry.
No, I wasn't. But
I
I'm
know
more
you were a little
for
worried
you.
that I wasn't
no,
gonna
I'm
watch
just
The
like,
Bachelor.
So everyone keeps telling me The Bachelor. And
Dude,
for
it's
that
the best
reason,
thing I've
stayed
ever
awake.
seen. Like, I think TV is going
Why?
downhill.
Convince me
I
to
think that
watch
I
it.
should just have my own reality show. I have 3 poodles. I basically am a walking reality show. You should just come on over because reality TV is the best thing I've ever seen. It's the best thing.
What do you love about The Bachelor? Actually, no, convince me to watch The Bachelor because I'm kind of anti it.
Okay, so it was all these girls in love with this one boy. And it was hilarious because they all like really loved him and they all thought for sure he loved them too.
Like they genuinely believe it, or they know cameras.
And
are on
I loved all of those girls. They were all so sweet and like so purely in love with him, but also so hilarious to each other. And like it was just great. Like such great characters on that show.
And you love that.
I loved it, yeah.
The Bachelor. So you'll be going back for. So every season
definitely going
there's
back.
a new Bachelor, and
Well, now it's a girl, and she's got a bunch of like cute boys, and the boys are so funny. The boys are like not as likable as the girls.
what are we talking about in terms of like where are they? Where's the casting pool on this?
I don't know. I
Would
think
Julia
they just like
Roberts-
look up like hot guy.
Yeah, would Julia Roberts approve?
I think I should go in The Bachelor.
Your agent right now
This is my
having
audition
a panic.
for The Bachelor. Sign me up.
Go on then, do your
Find me
audition
my
for The
boyfriend
Bachelor.
For The Bachelor. I think Julia would approve. No, maybe not.
Listen, Kathryn.
Yes.
Apart from that last bit about The Bachelor,
Oh.
it's been a pleasure having you on this show.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for
Okay,
that.
cool.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Kathryn Newton, thank you very
Yeah.
much. You can catch Kathryn in season 2 of Big Little Lies, which premieres June 9th on HBO. Trust me, watch it.